is that Jeremy? Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to be seeing Max Turner playing against Jeremy Bales. I do not know what he drafted. Jeremy was actually sitting across from Max during the draft, so when I went out to adjust the camera, I did see part of his pool, which I believe he had an abrupt decay in it. So I don't know if he's all in Golgari or if he's just splashing that. That might have not actually made the cut, although I would be very surprised that you would draft a card as strong as Abrupt Decay and not find a way for it into your deck. But we'll figure out exactly what archetype he's on when we shuffle up here. I apologize again. There's been a lot of unannounced drop-ins today. There's a lot of people at the shop, obviously. A lot of people excited about the new set. Well, they should be.
Yeah,
it's always a fun time of year when you get to crack open a bunch of Magic cards and play with new stuff. And Return to Ravnica, even if you don't play a lot of Magic, most of the standard stuff that we talk about is a little bit more competitive. Tonight's just a good time to spend your $15, open some new cards, get some fun games in.
If you've got $15, you're at the same level as everyone else at the table. So
the draft is the great equalizer. So hold on just a second here. I'm going to go take these guys to score. You can feel free to talk to them.
Right. So I know a lot of you all were saying that Rakdos was really good for the sealed event. What do you all think about draft? Is it going to be the same, or what are you all feeling here?
Alright, so I'm using my high-tech life track technology there. Now joined by Joe Lewis. Joe, if we get... you staying here or are you just dropping a bag? Oh, you're staying in?
I'm staying here for a second.
Feel free to jump in.
Yeah, I'll have to get a chair.
Okay, there's one sitting right out there. Joe, depending upon when the next draft fires off, we'll be watching Joe draft. How many people are in the next draft pod?
There are 3 signed up in the next pod, and that's one I'm in waiting
Well,
for.
usually it's like the first 2 fire off really quickly, and then the third one waits until the first one's done.
Yeah.
So I told them, if the timing works out, gosh, we are tight in here tonight. The store is replacing. I'll show you at the next break. And for those of you who've watched this in past weeks, because we complained about this before, but we're in this storage closet that we've hijacked to use as our studio for the last month and a half. But there's half the room is occupied by shelving because they're changing the shelving here at the store. So for the last 3 weeks, we've had half the space. And the door that everyone comes in and out of, when the door opens, it eliminates about half of the space that we have, which is half of the space that we need. So
I think we all need to put our hands in the center here and agree to lose 60 pounds over the next week.
I don't know. I don't know. 60.
I'm not fat. I'm just big boned.
No, I'm fat.
It does come with these handy dandy backpack hooks here.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I using those?
I do have a lot of my equipment hanging from the backpack hooks. I did find out when I went out there to drop off the iPod for live tracking that we are on a Rakdos. Mirror match here. Jeremy did have an Abrupt Decay, I think, but it didn't find its way in there. So
That's surprising.
And again, for those of you watching that just joined us, we are not as familiar with these cards as we would like to be. So you will have to forgive us. But
Turn 1 demon.
That's the turn 1 unleash. It's basically a 2/2 if he unleashes it, right?
Yeah.
He did unleash it, so.
Sure, he went out there and went, unleash, when he did it, because that is the appropriate voice to say that in when you do it.
I think that's only if you're trying to fill out your pre-release accomplishment card. What did Max play? Is that the 1/2 Death Touch Unleash guy?
Oh, it's Deviant Glee.
Okay, so you were talking about Deviant Glee in the and you were talking about how it seemed to work pretty well for you in your event. What are the details of it?
It's a 1-drop for black, and it gives 2/1, and you can pay a red to give trample as well. So
Seems
it's
perfectly fine.
I had two of them in my Jungle Gary deck on pre-release, and was not a miss to draw at any time. It just I unleashed the dude, put it on there, and that was game pretty much. It just made it just bonkers.
Well, that's the one thing about these Unleashed cards is that, I mean, I guess they're designed to the sense that, chump blockers or whatnot, or like a high-ass defensive creature can get around a lot of their aggressive attacks, but being able to give it trample, punch things through seems like a pretty advantageous element. So they're just playing the same cards. They're all no one's ever going to block, and then eventually someone's going to win a race.
Well, Maxx doesn't look like he has any other Unleashed
This
cards
Street
right
Spasm
now.
here.
Were you able to get some of these draft live on this?
Yeah, we watched Maxx picks. We watched it in between losing wireless connectivity and Maxx hitting the camera 3 times and us having very little clue what was going on in terms of what the cards are. But other than those very minor details, we saw Max's picks. He started off with the Pack 1, Pick 1 Pack Rat. Then he moved into Rakdos pretty heavily, and he picked up a Carnival Hellsteed in the 3rd pack, although he passed a foil Desecration Demon, which we didn't agree with, and also the internet did not agree with at all. So
that's the 6/6 for 4.
yeah, it's the Abyssal
the Persecutor run to be. Oh, how could you pass a foil one of those?
which he actually needed
What
for
was the
his
pick
wife
of?
that he
I
traded
can't
for
wait to
me.
watch the video to see what the pick was there. Maxx,
it was
watch this.
it was the Carnival Hellsteed.
Hellsteed.
I'm not saying it was like right or wrong. I mean, I wouldn't have gone that route, but
Hellsteed's what, 6?
Hellsteed's a great card. It has haste, so it's a much better combat trick. I mean, it is, but it doesn't have evasion. The 6/6 has evasion.
It's just haste, first strike, huge.
Yeah, it's enormous and possible to remove in combat, but I don't know, I like a card that flies. So apologies that we're not focusing as much on the actual game, but there's not a whole lot of decision making here. It's just
Well, I've seen a lot of dudes turning sideways. So.
what is that card? Is it
Exile.
it exiles a card from the graveyard? Does it
Draw.
it cantrips?
Yeah.
So he's just digging for some kind of spot removal spell, which he seems to have found, right?
Yeah, that's the Augur Spree, the +4 and -4.
Okay, so
I think that's what it's called.
yeah, which is very reminiscent of the old card Bloodlust. That was in the very first 4th edition sealed deck of Magic cards I ever bought, which is Bloodlust. What did he just resolve there? Oh, the equivalent Fleshbag Marauder.
Yeah.
They both. Now, what's the size of that guy? Is he 4'2"?
4'2".
4'2"?
4'2".
So
Big.
that worked out pretty well there. And that is a, you know what that guy is?
Double. It's red, green.
It's
black, red.
Rakdos, yeah.
It's black red. As Brett Rose consults the handy dandy guide.
My handy dandy notebook.
And for those of you watching in the chat, like I said, we due to ill-timed flu symptoms last week, I missed the pre-release, so we are flying
Guild Mage.
like half blind. Oh, that's Rakdos Guild Mage, and what are his abilities?
He can give a blocking creature -1 or -1/-1 for red-black, or a player who has lost life loses 1 life for red-black.
Okay, so he's basically a removal spell. You can chain him to removal.
Or just get that extra
Yeah,
damage.
you can, he's very on theme.
Yeah.
But Jeremy just had to use him to trade out with the 4-2 guy, so. And that is the, is it like a lizard? What is it?
Bellowing lizard or
Fire breathing.
What is it? Okay.
yeah. 1/1.
So Jeremy's kind of on the back foot here. The unleashed creature that Maxx has on the left, that's the flying guy, right?
He is not unleashed. He is 1/1 lifelinker. I think that's the 1/1 lifelinker at least. Maybe I'm wrong.
You have the book,
I should probably.
and you
look
two
that
have
up.
played with these cards before. Okay, so what? You just did some kind of trick. So I'm not sure exactly what card Jeremy played, but Max.
Zoom in feature here because
Well, we could do a lot of different things if I had a lot better equipment and a lot more time. normally, for those of you who've watched us in the past, normally our standard events start at 6:30. Well, they're supposed to start at 6:30, and they never start until about 6:45. But they fired the first draft off tonight at 5:20, so
Maybe.
it's a rush.
Looks like a gold card. Is it a gold card?
The one on Maxx's side?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what it is. It's
Yeah,
a
the
gold
top
card.
one.
Yeah, it's a gold card.
Yeah, for any of those of you in the chat, if there's a card that
Also
that we're struggling with, feel free to chime in. There are a lot of people in the chat because I realized that I could affiliate my Twitch stream with Magic the Gathering, so there are a fair amount of casual viewers. We're up to 23. Prior to this, the highest the record was 8. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, helping us to self-validate and checking out our model shop as we draft Magic cards. So that's Ash Zealot.
Ash Zealot, that's solid.
Ash Zealot is a 2/2 haste first strike, correct? And when you cast a spell from your graveyard, it does 2 damage to that player.
3?
3?
3. I will verify.
I need a foil one for my cube, so either of you gentlemen unbox one.
I'm looking for regular ones right now, so...
Alright, well I'll trade you, 1 for 1.
Yeah, it's 3 damage.
So Jeremy's lining up some blocks here.
Still cannot figure out what that card was in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was.
You could go out and check
it.
if you wanted to, as they sideboard, as we see Max take down the first game.
I'm pretty sure it was the Hellwolf Whaler.
Do you know what it does?
It's a 3/2 for 3 with Unleash, and has pay 4, 2, and a red-black. Sacrifice it, deals damage equal to its power to target player. It's a very reasonable card.
Yeah.
So,
There was a card from Invasion block. I think it was Plane Shift. That was a Cinder Elemental. I think was the same kind of thing. Basically, you fire breathe it up, and then you can fling it at somebody.
Yep.
So.
Of course, the beauty of those two playing Rakdos is this game should be fairly quick.
It should be fairly quick, and I don't have anything planned for the in-between because I was out of town all week for work. Well, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, every time there was downtime on the stream, all we did was talk about Return to Ravnica spoiler cards, which was very fun. But now that they're all out there, it doesn't seem like as much fun.
Spoiler cards, was there a Biobox
Okay,
card?
so we were talking about this earlier. There's actually kind of a bit of drama regarding our shipment of Magic cards because they did not send Biobox promos. I believe that we are in the process of trying to get that rectified. But yes, we are sans Biobox. We're also sans Evolving Wilds promos for FNM giveaways. So it's dire straits here in the Chemical Valley.
Magic, if you're listening, Wizards, if you're out there,
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're all
sorely
glued
disappointed right now.
I'm sure they're all glued to their computers right now, watching us draft Magic cards in the middle of.
do any of the viewers have Orc before their name?
Orc?
Yes.
I don't.
You don't play online, do you?
On Moto?
Yeah.
No, I actually don't. I have actually thought about that recently. I will admit it's almost entirely because now that I'm streaming stuff, it seems like the thing you're supposed to do, right? But also, I would very much like. I think that was stream legend Adam Vickers holding up an I Heart JB sign. JB, of course, our beloved shop manager. So. So anyway, Max, this is interesting here. Having not played this limited environment, are there any decks that you would want to draw first with in this format? I don't think it's that kind of format. This isn't Scars of Mirrodin.
Limited to me seemed like it was very fast, and Limited
That's
is usually not.
That's the Unleash Regenerate guy, right? And then, Max one-ups him with the 3/2, the Gorehouse Chainwalker. Chainwalker's almost good. Chainwalker's very good. And depending on the size of your cube, Chainwalker definitely makes the cut. The 3/2 for 2,
Plus, you just can't go wrong with the dude walking on chains and a pig's head.
It does have a pretty cool, as we see I don't know what that card is called, but I'm just going to call it New Bloodlust. Can we just all agree? Although Bloodlust didn't kill the creature.
That's the dude you were talking about.
Yep, the flare.
Yeah. 4/3, Unleash.
And you can fling it, right?
Yeah. For 4.
For 4. Is it a player or creature as well?
Player. It is player.
I think if it was creature, it'd probably be way too good, right?
Yep. There's a Glee.
And then Okay, we should be back there. I apologize again for dropping out, but we've been having a nightmarish time with the internet connectivity here at the shop, and I'm only as good as my upload speed, so I apologize for that. It should, luckily, I mean, usually if it only drops out for that amount of time and then we can kick it back, then we should be fine, but
Just need to get Brett Rose, get your sneakers on, and just start getting that sneaker net working.
so in the meantime, what we missed Maxx casting a Shred Freak. Jeremy's developed his board with, does he have 2 Gleeful Pleas down, as well as the Lizard? Defiant Glee. +2/+1, and you can give it trample. That seems very good.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's very interesting that they've gone to the point where, I mean, for how many decades of Magic were creature enchantments unplayable? Because it was the ultimate 2-for-1. That's what they built equipment. Like, equipment was just designed because everyone got tired of getting their, card like locks on Warhammers because people were tired of getting their lifelink enchantment blown out by a spot removal.
And then they made living weapons.
And it dropped again. This is ridiculous. We're getting crushed by the internet speed here.
What is the problem tonight?
I don't know. The bitrate is pretty atrocious normally, regardless, but it's especially bad tonight. So I apologize for that again, but there's only so much I can do.
Erosion, you get that fixed.
I'm working on it.
Work harder.
Alright, so if I can try and get back to the game. No, it's difficult.
Trying to crash in there as much as he can. Looks like Maxx is offering up a block.
Yeah, Jeremy had a very slow board state last time, which let Maxx get way ahead, but he's kind of turned the tables in this game and has Maxx kind of on the back foot.
Looks like Maxx are going to double block here on whatever that is with the Deviant Glee.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see if Jeremy's going to trample? Yeah,
He's going to trick
He's got a trick.
What's that card?
It is red something.
I'm digging.
I wonder if it's the deals 1 damage card.
Electricity, yeah.
Electricity?
Yeah, it's the 1 damage that you can overload.
I got a foil one of those.
And then plays another. Is that the Jailbreaker, or what's that thing called?
No, he's the robust dude.
Oh, there's the... Is that the Hellsteed?
Grim Roustabout?
Yeah.
That's Hellsteed.
Not unleashed.
Not unleashed.
Yeah, he's not in a position where he can not block, I think.
Oh, that's right. He's at 4. I wasn't even
Tip to
paying
everybody, if you are going to die by unleashing your creature, don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible player, and I just see abilities and use them, so...
Well, you did play Infect for 2 years, so...
I'm just like, this has a positive side. I'd better use it.
By the way, I watched your match the other day with Cliff, where you killed killed him in the 1 swing. You're brilliant, sir, with the sticking the hand out there. Be like, yeah, that's 12. 12, let's game.
Yeah, apologize to everyone who has to constantly see the Starburst commercial every time my Twitch stream stops and starts again. I will try to fix this after the first round in the in-between, but I think maybe next week I'll have to look at running a hardwire cable. I don't really want to, but I guess I can. So what did... So Maxx is coming back here, trying to... What did he put? He put his own Deviant Glee on the
Yeah, on his that flailer, that hellhole flailer, and it, I mean, at some point he can just pop that and kill Jeremy because it's at least 6 right now.
Yeah.
Did you have to tap to use it?
No. It is just a peg. Because if it's power 6 right now, Jeremy he just died.
No, Jeremy's at 9.
Yeah, so 6.
So you can't quite kill him, but I think he's dead next turn, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he can, well, no, he's got 1 unleashed creature, he's got 3 blockers, he's got the Ash Zealot.
Well, the biggest thing is the Glee will give it the trample over.
Right.
But the dude will probably die in combat. So, combat math, love it. It's coming back with a passion. Blocking. Look like that was all profit for Maxx.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's enough, isn't it? I mean, unless Jeremy has some way of... gives it trample. So all he has to do is get 3 damage in, and then the fling wins, right?
Yeah. If the creature will live through combat. Creature may not live through combat. I don't think he's going to live through combat.
Someone's asking why the Ash Zealot died. Is an Ash Zealot a 2/2 first striker? So 2/3 should still kill it. You have to forgive me, I'm not paying as much attention as I normally would because I'm trying desperately to keep the stream from crashing yet again. No, Ash Zealot's not 3/3. Ash Zealot's only 2/3. Or 2/2. And that's enough.
There's an Unleash guy for 3/3 that has first strike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is basically a hill giant that has Unleash and first strike. I don't remember what his name is, but I will look it up in this book. What is that guy's name? Splatter Thug. Splatter Thug is the 3/3 first striker. So.
I don't always play 3/3s for 3, but when I do, I like them to have first strike.
Yeah. Did Maxx win that game, right? Or did Jeremy win that game?
Jeremy obviously won that game because they were shuffling like they're going to play again. So.
Jeez.
I guess he
I
think he attacked in, and the math just did not work out like he thought there. And of course, Maxx was dead on the return swing.
Yeah, I'm a train wreck today.
With it.
I knew coming into this, having never covered a draft.
Early or something?
Huh?
Did you get your birthday sauce on already?
No.
Happy birthday, by the way.
It is, for those listening, it is my birthday today, and I'm celebrating by sitting in a closet with 2 grown men, watching 2 other grown men play imaginary wizard fights on the internet. So
sounds like
the
a reasonable
American
way
dream is what we call that.
Reasonable way to celebrate one's
No,
birthday.
I was whinging earlier about how
You can be Tom Cruise. I'll be R. Kelly.
I don't know where this is going. I don't want it to.
Who's
Are we? All right, these guys have started. They've started playing Magic again. So Maxx with a turn 2 Shred Freak. He does have 2 of those in his deck. He passed the 3rd one early, and I'm sure Lamit's not taking it, but he has 2 Shred Freaks, and the Shred Freak one too is pretty. So if he untaps and puts that, if he puts the enchantment on it.
Yeah, you just got
Gets
electricity.
removed, yeah.
You got electricity.
Oh yeah, because it is a 2/1. Oh, that seems fairly fair. Electrickery seems like a good card, but not nearly as good as like Chandra's Fury was in M13 Limited, because there's not as many 1 toughness creatures in this format as there was in the other.
Yeah, I found that out. There is a very good card in. Is it? It's a colorless blue-red. Has flash, haste. Enters the battlefield, does 1 damage to target creature, and all creatures named the same name with that. I think that would be great. It's a pinger for 1. However, actually playing it, everything's got a 2. So it was not quite as good as what one would think for this format.
What's that card that he just dropped there? It's a Sewer Shambler. That's a 2/1 scavenge for 3 Swamp Walker, which seems very good against a board full of.
Those are great in multiples as well too. That scavenge ability on it just.
Yeah, scavenge seems. I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen a card so far that has a constructed playable scavenge other than maybe the Slitherhead, which I don't think is any good, but that's close, I guess. There might be an application for that. Like I said, I don't think it's tier 1, but the scavenge mechanic in limited seems very strong. Like it's just card advantage. I mean, you're just getting more value out of an awesome creature after it's gone.
Yeah, he's blocking with it. How big is it? Oh, it's the double fire breather.
The scavenge is for 3, so it's probably the most evenly
So
costed scavenge
why wouldn't you do that
creature out
to
there.
begin with?
Because 3 for it and then 3 for the scavenge. Most of them have a pretty substantial scavenge cost on them. I just tip, if you see him and you're in those colors, he is a pickup for the most part.
So Max swings in there. I mean, Jeremy's on a pretty short clock here. I mean, his deck has a fair amount of removal. That's a gold card that they keep trading all their dudes for. What's it called?
Augur Spree.
Augur Spree. That seems to be like just a pretty staple inclusion in any of these decks. I think your deck is as good as many Augur Sprees as you get.
Yeah.
Is Amizium Mortars a rare?
Yes.
It's not a mythic, it's just a rare?
It's just a rare.
That seems like the kind of card, that and Cyclonic Rift seem like the kind of cards that like can just auto-win. Kind of like, Increasing Confusion in Dark Ascension draft.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those cards that, like, seems pretty tough to beat.
I drafted online and got like 3 of those one time. 3 Increasing Confusions. I was just like, yeah, probably winning
guys,
this.
I want to stop just for a second and recognize that we have reached a monumental point in our history of live streaming from Lost Legion. Our Twitch chat has just been hijacked by a spammer for the first time.
Awesome.
So we have officially arrived in the world of the internet.
Big games.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what riot points are. Is that a League of Legends thing?
I don't know, but League of Legends is a blast.
I'm not familiar with the game other than what I've seen on the internet. It seems cool. That's not like the kind of archetype of game I usually play, but it seems very popular. So, what's that? Is it just a red card, or is it gold?
No, it's hybrid.
It doesn't matter because it got street spasmed.
Yes.
Not sure what that card was, but it's dead. And he's going to scavenge the Swamp Walker and get in for... Is that enough?
No.
I think it's 7, right? Yep. And then he's dead. He's dead when he untaps, right?
Yep.
Because he's just going to fling it at him. So. And 3. I will correct it to 3.
And he gets flung for the win.
And he gets flung from the... That card seems pretty solid. You've talked about it multiple times. I have yet to actually look it up in this book. What is it called? Hellhole Flailer. It's a 3/2 for 3. Rakdos colored. Unleash makes it a 4/2, and for 4 mana, you can sack it and fling it at target player. Seems very solid. Seems very, very solid.
I'm actually thinking of playing him as a 2-of in standard. So.
Well, I mean he's a 4 power for 3 potential.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with the aggro like Rakdos based deck. It's very creature based, and there's not a lot of removal. The good removal is like Pillar of Flame is good against some cards, but it won't kill something that has 3 ass, and all the green creatures are 3 ass.
Mortars aren't bad.
Mortars are good, but it doesn't beat an Armada Worm. It doesn't beat
Of course, I do have a few miracles.
Mm-hmm.
What are they
Thunderous
called?
Wrath?
No, the other one.
Bonfire?
Bonfires, yes.
I like how you can't remember the most heavily played card in Standard. But that was actually pretty rewarding. Like I said, this is the first time we've actually shown a draft before. So we appreciate everybody checking us out. We're going to probably stick with Maxx for the next round simply because... Huh? Well, I want to... I don't know. We're internally debating whether we want to switch to a different... Yeah, let's do that. Let's switch to a different player, and then we'll catch whoever's on the 2-0 on the way back. So, because usually we try and show the top tables on our constructed tournament events, but I don't think anyone really cares. Everyone's just trying to check out the new cards. So, um, I'm not sure exactly how much time is left. I'm sure these rounds are timed, but that's one thing that we've yet to master is the on-screen time. Gentlemen, I'm going to warn you, fair warning, I'm going to the studio cam. So, uh, like I said, so for those of you who weren't here earlier, um, the room that we're sitting in is sitting off the play area, and we actually close the doors and sit in here and keep ourselves from, as you can see, this is Brett Rose, and we're joined by Joe Lewis in the back there. But like everything from where the camera sits to the other side of the room. What are you doing?
He was doing.
Don't be. Look, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 32 years old as of today. No sophomoric pranks. But so we're kind of tight in here. I don't have as much room as we would like. That's why the camera is set in a imperfect angle from where we're sitting. But
I would just like to toot your horn here. You have done a fairly good job of, actually great job of putting this together.
This is a lot of fun. I know this is not new. I mean, I know everybody and their mother stream, all the pros, all the big name guys, they stream their own moto things and stuff like that. But this is one thing that, as a consumer of Magic content, this is pretty exciting to me, is seeing an actual tournament start to finish. I like watching, there's a group in Florida, South Florida, Magic League. I think it's southfloridamagic.com. They do Tuesday Night Legacy events, and I watch them, the same way that we appreciate you guys watching us. I like to watch that content. So, this is something that we enjoy doing. I mean, we were talking with Brett earlier. This is something we enjoy doing, is coming here and commentating and watching these games. We're fans of Magic just like everybody else, so we appreciate everybody tuning in and checking this out. For those of you, shameless plug, I would say that for those of you who you're obviously familiar with the stream now. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you're a registered user, if you could follow us on Twitch, they'll send you an email notification anytime our stream goes live. We do have casual content during the week occasionally, but that's not planned, or it's not a set time every week. So if you want to get in on that, it's best to get the email notifications. But if you guys wouldn't mind checking out our YouTube, everything that we have recorded in the history of our stream has been segmented and uploaded to YouTube at our channel, which is Zach Sells Magic. If you just search for Zach Sells Magic, you'll find that as well. So we appreciate the support we're getting. We're actually getting a lot of hits lately. We're on Facebook now. I'll talk about that later, but we're getting a lot of views. We're getting about 250 unique viewers every day on YouTube, which is it's actually kind of mind-boggling to me, because we're in a very small area and there's no reason why anyone should watch us morons play Magic on a weekly basis. But I think I just heard round 2 being called, so we're going to switch back over and see if we can find somebody for you guys to watch play. So I'm going to take a brief break. The mic is going to be muted, so don't worry, you haven't lost audio. We will be back shortly.